more detail now with Caroline Kisko from the Kennel Club. She's in our Cambridge studio. Caroline Kisko, on the face of it, do you think that's true?
Well, yes, on the face of it, I think that is true, but obviously this is an absolutely ghastly thing to have happened. We feel very, very sorry for everybody involved, particularly, obviously, the parents, the owners of the dog, and so on. But in many ways, I'm afraid that people should take more responsibility for their dog's actions, but is powerful.
The government have made it plain they have no plans to look again at the 1991 Dangerous Dogs Act, which excluded Rottweilers in particular from its provisions. Do you think that's a mistake? Do you think they should have another look at the law?
I think we certainly should have another look at the law. The Kennel Club, in conjunction with many of the welfare charities and the Metropolitan Police, have been looking at that law for the last couple of years. We would like to see changes made. What we'd like to see is the breeds actually removed from the legislation and far more responsibility placed on individual owners.
The government claims that the Act has been quite a success in preventing horror stories from the sort of and attacks from the sort of dogs that it was aimed at. Do you see that?
Well, I think that's a very hard thing to claim, isn't it? Because you're claiming a negative. You can't actually say that it has stopped accidents and incidents of this type when they're still occurring. What we need is a complete review of the legislation. Equally well, you might say that the government, or we may point out that the government has actually said in the past that this was a very poor piece of legislation which actually should be reviewed as a result of that.
Why does anyone need to own a Rottweiler in your view? Well, tell us about what they were bred for.
I can't actually comment on the particular breed because I don't know enough about its original reason for being bred, but there are many different breeds and people own different breeds for different reasons, but mainly because they simply like the breed. But if you take on any powerful dog, not a particular breed, but any powerful dog, you must train it properly to be sociable with people and other animals. But equally, there is a responsibility on parents to make sure that young children in particular are not left alone with any dog at all, never mind a powerful one.
Why do some people think they're vicious monsters and other people think they're cuddly pets?
I think that would just depend on your own personal experience. I have met very many lovely Rottweilers and I've met some absolute horrors of other breeds. So it really is very much about the individual dog and how it's been reared.
So you'd never leave a lovely, cuddly Rottweiler alone with a child?
I don't think you should leave any powerful dog, no matter what type of dog it might be, and actually any dog at all should not be left alone in a situation where it doesn't have control of what happens next, because small children can act in very strange ways as far as a dog is concerned, particularly a dog that's not used to small children and is used to adult company. A dog doesn't actually understand. It's put in a corner, if you like, on a spot, and can be frightened, and the result can be very bad.
Caroline Kisko, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.